Welcome back in the Chesapeake Panther football countdown. And the Panthers are making their way onto the field. Austin Browning carrying the Chesapeake flag. Max Allen with a big American flag. The Panthers running through the middle of the band. And Austin, we've got a pretty good crowd on our hands.
Pretty good turnout.
Tonight is alumni night for the cheerleaders.
Definitely a lot more than last week.
There's probably a good 30 cheerleaders back for cheerleading alumni night. So it's a pretty crowded sideline down there. And the Panthers, like I said, I was able to get down there and talk to Coach Andy Clark. And in warm-ups, they were pretty locked in and warming up hard. Seemed to be pretty fired up.
It's time for Chesapeake Panthers football on Cat Sports 93.3 and 1340.
We came here for one goal, one mission. Hey, let's go to get it, man.
Now with tonight's game action, the voice of the Chesapeake Panthers, Jacob Wells.
And welcome in to Phil Davis Field in Chesapeake, Ohio, for tonight's Ohio Valley Conference matchup between the Chesapeake Panthers and the Gallia Academy Blue Devils. The Blue Devils on the road in their gray pants, white jerseys, purple helmets with a white G on the side, purple numerals and letters on the front and back. Panthers in their home purples, purple pants, purple jersey, purple helmet, Panther paw on the side, stripe down the middle, white letters and numerals across the front and the back. And we are just seconds away from kickoff. Back deep to return for the Panthers. Number 5, Cameron Harless, and number 14, Donald Richendaler on the kickoff for the Blue Devils. Number 45, Andrew Toller, the junior kicker. The approach for Toller. The kick is up, away.
That's a boot.
And going to be fielded at the 5 by Richendaler. He's across the 15 to the 20, and he has some room to move.
Come on, baby.
Broken 1, 2, 3 tackles, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line is Donald Richendaler, and that's a good start, Austin, for the Chesapeake Panthers.
And he had tremendous effort on that play. He gained 10 yards after the first initial contact.
Yeah, he was able to run through a couple arm tackles. Good, strong running by the sophomore, backup quarterback. Of course, he goes in and plays a little bit of a couple different positions there. Sometimes they get him in a wing-back position, get the ball to him, use his speed. The Panthers, of course, going to take over on their own 40, going east to west. And the sun has fallen behind the hills, and it looks to be a nice night of football. Panthers in the huddle. It's trips right, a split left. Browning in the gun, and to the left of him is Logan Walsh.
Come back, roll out.
Browning takes the snap, and it's a quick throw immediately to Tylen Hutchison. Going to be a pickup of 6 yards. It'll bring up second down and 4 for the Panthers.
Caught by number 12, Tylen.
And they're going to say it's a pickup of 5.
Tackled out of bounds by number 44.
It'll bring up second down at 5. So first play of the night is a pass from Browning to Hutchison.
Second down, 5
for a
from
pickup of
their
5.
45-yard line.
Panthers back to the ball, trips right, a split left. Running back beside Browning in the gun is Walsh again. Browning takes a snap, and he's going to roll out to his right. He may have some room to run. He has Archer across the sticks.
Oh,
Archer's wide open at the 45. He makes a man miss, and the ball comes out, and the Gallia Academy Blue Devils are going to recover. Archer made the catch, made a really nice move, the sophomore tight end. And the safety comes up and puts his helmet right on the football. We were just talking about that before the game. Puts his helmet right on the football, and it shot out like a cannon. So the Panthers had momentum, and we're going in the right direction, and just like that, things change. And this is why the Gallia Academy Blue Devils hung in the game last week against Jackson.
Man, they were on tremendous track to get 7 points on the board in that drive. But, man. Looks like they're going to start on the 40.
On the 40-yard line is the Blue Devils. We have trips right, a split left, and in the gun is Justin McClellan. To his left is the running back, James Armstrong. He's going to throw the swing pass out to the right to Armstrong, and Armstrong is wrapped up by Dylan Lunsford. And that's just going to be a pickup of 1.
James Armstrong. Tackle made by number 51, Dylan Lunsford, and number 4, Will Todd.
So Will Todd in there on the tackle also for the Panthers.
A second down.
I thought we were missing something.
We are. Got the window open in front of us now. The snap goes to McClellan, and he's going to hand it off to Pullins up the middle. And the Chesapeake Panther defense so far,
they're fired
after
up.
2 plays, only a pickup of 3 total yards, and that was Pullins on his first carry. And we talked about him in the pregame. Give him a little bit of room, and he can run. He's 5'11", 200 pounds. Blue Devils go out the no-huddle offense, getting the call from the sidelines. It's a trips left
Third
with
down,
Ben Cox at
6
the
for the Blue Devils.
top of the field. A split right.
Probably a little
Corey
screen.
Call, and Pullins is the lone back. McClellan rolls out, and he has somebody deep and overthrows Gerald Scott. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 7 for the Blue Devils. Good job, the Chesapeake Panther defense.
Yes.
So the punt team on for the Blue Devils, and the return team for the Panthers on. Have some Jaws music playing here in the stadium.
I can remember playing here on Halloween, and then Jason had playing like Michael Myers and
Halloween,
stuff.
oh yeah. Pullins is the punter. It's a high snap. He fields it. Back deep to returns Harless and Browning. He's going to bounce, and the Panthers are going to let it roll,
15.
and it rolls out of bounds at the 15. That's where the Panthers will take over.
That's a good little punt.
Not a bad punt by Pullins, considering the high snap he had to go up and grab.
They definitely got to remember that he's back there punting. Play later in the game.
Oh, for sure, yeah. He's got some wheels. He's, got to be a little weary of him pulling that snap down and keeping it. So after the beginning of a nice drive, they ended in a Panther fumble. Panthers get a quick 4 and out, and are going to take over on their own 15. It's a trips right with Archer at the top of the field. Split left is Hutchison. Browning in the gun with Walsh beside of him. Another quick throw. It's Hutchison on a fade. And just out of his reach, Hutchison with the nice route had a step on Cole Davis, the cornerback, and Austin Browning, not a bad ball, just throws it just out of the reach of the junior receiver. Tylen Hutchison, the 6'3", junior receiver, wearing number 12, son of the assistant coach, Kevin. Panthers just still have a trips right, a split left, and one running back. I like it. Browning takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's got Archer again wide open at the sticks. He goes up and can't come down with it. Is the sophomore tight end.
Pass ball is incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down.
And maybe that fumble in the first drive, maybe messing with
they're gonna have
the
to throw
sophomore tight end just a little bit. Got to get him going.
I would have just thrown him like a little dump pass to get his confidence back up, and then go back to him deep.
Panthers back in the gun, back in the huddle, receiving the play call. The Blue Devils in a 4-4 defense with a free safety. Panthers under center, double wings, tight end left. It's a split right. The handoff is to Carson Nida, and he's going to only pick up one, is Nida.
That was quick.
Number 3, Carson
and just like that, a 4 and out.
Carry, tackle made by number 10, Corey Call. 4th down for the Panthers. Back deep for the Blue Devils, number 6, Ryan Donofsky, and number 10, Corey Call.
The Panthers punt team will come on. It's going to be 4th down and about 8. Back deep to return for the Blue Devils is number 10, Corey Call,
number 8,
with Ryan Donofsky about 20 yards in front of him. On to punt for the Panthers is number 8, Brady Wilson. Snap is back. Wilson rolls out a little bit. It's a high punt and gonna land
45.
See, maybe about the 45. It bounced backwards, but when it landed, it was out of bounds. And it's going to be the 44 is where the Gallia Academy Blue Devils are going to take over. And it's a pretty good field position for your second drive of the night, Austin.
Punt goes out of
yeah. Definitely pretty good field position.
Play that field position. Get them up. Definitely better than starting back there at the
for sure.
40 like they did last time.
Panthers in a 4-4 defense. They'll roll backers up occasionally and show blitz. In the gun is McClellan. Boo Pullins behind him in the pistol. Now up beside him to the left. In front of him is the lead blocker. And they're going to give it to Pullins, and he has room to run. He's 5 pickup, 10 yards, and a 15-yard pickup for Pullins on the trap play out of the gun.
Number 28, Boo Pullins.
And that hole was just open like the Red Sea.
Yep.
Tackle made by number 12, Tylen Hutchison, and number 4, Will
Tylen
Todd.
Hutchison able to get in there and make the tackle after the pickup of 15. Pullins is the single back to the right of McClellan, and they're going to give it to him on a dive. And he's not going to pick up anything. Good job by the interior defensive line by the Panthers.
Number 28, Boo Pullins on the carry. Tackle by a
Again, the Blue Devils in a no huddle.
A second
have
down,
trips
9.
right. A split left. Pullins is the single back in the pistol behind McClellan, now moves up to his left. Takes the snap, and they're going to hand it off to Pullins on the sweep.
Okay.
And he is wrapped down by number
Todd?
2, Logan
No?
Walsh.
Logan.
28, Boo Pullins on the carry. Tackle made by number 2, Logan Walsh. Third down, 7.
Logan Walsh comes up and makes a play from the outside backer.
Panther fans.
And that's third down and 7.
I think Logan's
Logan's
hurt.
a little hurt. Maybe broke his
something
hand or
broke or something down there.
maybe his arm.
Uh,
He's definitely writhing in pain.
yeah.
We will step aside for a quick break. Hoping we can get an injury report on Logan Walsh. I'm Jake Wells on Austin Carpenter. You're listening to Cat Sports on 93.3 and 13.
Pass complete to number 3, James Armstrong. Tackle made by number 14, Donald Richendaler. Brings up a 4th down, 2.
McClellan finds James Armstrong on the swing pass on the third down play. He picks up about 5. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Blue Devils are going to go for it. The handoff is to number 4, Jacob Campbell, and he has all the yards and then some. Needed 2 to pick up the first down, and Campbell
44,
gets it all the way down
number 5, Cameron Harless, and number 51,
to the 8-yard line.
Lunsford.
Campbell is the
Blue
lone
Devils.
back behind the quarterback, but he has 2 lead blockers to his right. And they're going to hand it to him again, and he's going to walk into the end zone.
What was
Number
that?
4, Jacob Campbell.
Jacob
And for the
Campbell
Blue
goes in to
Devils
score for the
touchdown.
Gallia Academy Blue Devils with 7:09 left here in the first quarter. It looks like the Blue Devils are going to go for 2.
Campbell got lucky there. He trying to just walk in the end zone.
Yeah,
He about got it.
they're going to run it again. Campbell walks into the end zone again. That's going to
Number
be
2, Jacob Campbell.
a
in
2-point
for the
conversion. Gallia Academy 8, Panthers 0. Goes to Cat Sports for 93.
09 and 11. Number 14, Richendaler. And number 5, Cameron Harless. Kicking off for the Blue Devils, number 45, Andrew Toller.
The kick is up and away, fielded by Harless at the 10. Harless reverses field, crosses the 20, going to be brought down at the 24.
Number
And they're
5,
still working on
Cameron
Logan
Harless
Walsh
on
on the
return.
sideline.
Tackle made by number
His pads are still
44,
on.
Cole Davis. Panthers start from their own 24-yard
We'll see.
line. First
Hopefully we
down,
can get an
10.
injury report on Logan, the fullback and linebacker. Panthers make their way onto the field, taking over on their own 24.
Looks like one of the coaches or trainers that are talking to his mom right here.
Yeah. It's a double tight set.
Power curb.
It is power pull. Harless takes the handoff and has some room. It's going to be his first carry of the night, brought down by a handful of
Number
Blue
5,
Devils.
Cameron Harless on the carry.
Harless going to pick up 2.
And definitely on that power curb. Them
Gain of
linemen got to get up
3,
and
brings
go.
up
Got to
a
go.
second
Got to
down,
move.
7.
Pulling the backside guard and
For the
tackle to get up
Panthers.
in the hole before the running back.
There's definitely some big boys down there from Galpus. As I was walking in, looking at them, they got off the bus. There's some
Got
big
some
boys.
size. Strips right, split left. Single back is Eddie beside of Browning. Browning drops straight back and looks for
There you go.
for Eli Archer, and Eli Archer was hit way early before the football got to him, and it's going to be a pass interference on the Blue Devils. Archer curled at about the 30, and before
Pass
Browning even let go of the ball, he was
against
getting
the Blue
knocked down.
Devils.
So that's going to be a 15-yard pickup for the Panthers. That's going to be the first penalty of the night on the Blue Devils.
15-yard penalty. First down, Panthers.
First down for the Panthers on their own 42. Panthers to the line quick. It's a double tight, a wing back each way. Fullback is Tyler Eddy. Browning is a toss to Carson Nida. Nida has some room to run, and he's off to the races. Nida to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Are there any penalties? No. Touchdown, Panthers. Carson Nida from 56 yards out on his second carry of the game on the power curb.
Definitely give the key block on that one, the big Dakota has.
Dakota has.
He pancaked
throwing
the
some pancakes
living.
out there. Good job
I
by
give him
Dakota
two.
Hess.
I give him 2 stickers
Two
Monday.
helmet stickers for Dakota. Huh?
I give him yes.
On for the extra point is Brady Wilson. The holder will be Tylen Hutchison. Snapper, Eli Archer.
Would you not try to match, Jake? Or
It's pretty early in the game, and you've got time to make up for it.
okay.
Snaps back, holds down, kick up and away, and it's through the uprights. 6:13 left in the first. Gallia Academy Blue Devils 8, Chesapeake Panthers 7. Austin, I just saw Logan Walsh take his shoulder pads off, and looks like he may be getting ready to head it right back with the trainer to the locker room.
Well, hopefully they can go back here and reconstruct and then come back out for the second half.
Well, that's definitely somebody that the Panthers are going to miss offensively and defensively. He had the 81-yard scoring touchdown against Alexander, and he does a whale of a job at the outside linebacker spot for the Panthers, really filling gaps and making stops. And that's what happened. He came in low and made a play on the outside there, and something just went wrong. So thoughts and prayers to Logan, and I doubt we see him back tonight.
Probably tried to catch himself when he was falling.
Maybe going to try to get an injury report, hopefully by halftime. Figure out what's going on with old Logan Walsh, the junior outside linebacker and fullback. But they've got Tyler Eddy to fill in
Next
there
man
in the fullback position. Another senior. He's a senior, so the Panthers definitely can fill in, but another injury. They really hurt you.
Back deep for the Blue Devils.
On the field for the Panthers for the kickoff is number 8, Brady Wilson. Back deep to return for the Blue Devils. Number 3, James Armstrong.
For the Panthers.
And number 24, Donovan Woodson. Woodson, the 5'9 freshman, wearing number 24, is an absolute burner, Austin. He has some speed, and I was able to see one of Gallipolis' scrimmages this year. And you give him open field or a hole to get
Watch
through,
out.
he gets through it quick. Okay, so 5'9 freshman is definitely
We're definitely not kicking this direction.
And it looks like there's going to be a penalty. That's a really good kick by Brady Wilson. Offsides on the Panthers is going to be the call, negating a Brady Wilson kick that went all the way down to the 3-yard line. Was fielded
Was it a 5-yard penalty on
by
this?
Woodson. Yes, it is a 5-yard penalty, just an offsides penalty.
Okay.
The Panthers going to have to reline up and re-kick. Injury report, just received it. It looks like Logan Walsh is suffering from a possible broken wrist and going to the hospital to get some x-rays and get that taken care of. Panthers line back up to kick. Again, back deep for the Blue Devils is Armstrong and Woodson. The approach, the kick is away.
It's not bad.
This time going to be fielded by Woodson at the 10, and he has a lane to the left. He's up across the 25 and the 30, and he has some speed also. Makes one man miss, another man miss, and he's off to the races. And he's gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Nope, coming back.
Oh, we got penalties. That's a good thing for the Panthers. Here I am talking about how fast Donovan Woodson is, and James Armstrong takes it to the hizzle. But with a penalty,
We're coming right back.
should be negated.
Little block in the back action.
Let's see here. It's going to be a holding
Nope.
on the Blue Devils.
Holding.
Still going to be
against the Blue
really
Devils.
good field position for the Blue Devils, Austin.
Yes. Set up nice.
Nice return by the 5'11 sophomore. Man, those are two young guys, Woodson and Armstrong, a freshman and a sophomore. The future looks bright for the Blue Devils, and they're going to take over on the Panther
Blue
30-yard
Devils
line.
take over from the Panther 30-yard line, first down 10.
Panthers and Blue Devils both back out on the field. Blue Devils have the two lead blockers to the right of the quarterback with Campbell in the lone back, and Campbell makes it one-man miss and got close to the first down. And I don't know if Gallipolis will change anything. Here comes Big Dakota Hess.
There we come.
Coming in for the defensive line.
Jacob Campbell on the carry. Tackle made by number 15.
Eli Archer's
Tyler
coming
Eddy.
out. And Dakota Hess immediately clogs the hole.
Goodness.
Nice job by the big guy. Clogging. He took on two lead blockers. That's when the linebacker has to come in and clean it up. And the linebacker wasn't there. Good job by Dakota Hess taking on two lead
28
backs.
is going to fill it tomorrow.
And that's enough for a first down. It's going to be a pickup of 5 for Jacob Campbell. And the Blue Devils right back into the same set. Now Campbell's going to run out to his left. They're going to hand it to Pullins on the way back through. It's a counter, and Pullins has enough for the first down. Makes a man miss at the goal line, and he's in from the 17-yard line. Boo Pullins goes in for the Gallia Academy Blue Devils. 5:15 left in the first. Pullins finds the end zone. And the Blue Devils are going to go for 2 again. You got it the first time. Why not try again?
They're probably just going to run that same exact play.
Possibly. They're going to stay in the same set anyway. McClellan in the pistol, running back behind him. And they're going to hand it to Campbell. Campbell stopped immediately this time at the line of scrimmage. 2-point conversion is going to be no good, so putting Dakota Hess in there on that line of scrimmage really made a big difference, Austin. With 5:15 left in the first, Blue Devils 14, Panthers 7. You're listening to Cat Sports on 93. Andrew Tuller's kick is up and away and going to roll out of bounds at the 7-yard line. So we're going to have a penalty on the kickoff. Back-to-back penalties on the kickoffs.
Legal procedure.
I believe the Panthers will take over on their own 35 with the illegal procedure.
Panthers start from their own 35-yard line.
So the Panthers are going to get free, decent field position. The end of the game this time is the sophomore Donald Richendaler, who plays backup quarterback. Like I said, Coach Andy Clark will plug him into some other spots to get the speedster the ball. Panthers quickly to the ball, tight end left, split left, wing back each way. Fullback's Tyler Eddy. Gallia Academy now in a 5-man front. Tyler Eddy going to squeak through the middle and pick up 5 on his first carry.
Eddy on the carry, gain of 5 for the Panthers.
They'll bring up second down and 5 for the Panthers on their own 40. So the Panthers contrasting styles coming out in the spread and then quick to the no splits and run the ball between the tackles. Keeps the defense guessing. Galpolis in the 5-man front.
Here comes power curve.
Tight end each way, wing back each way. This time the power curve is to Richendaler, and they've got him wrapped up in the backfield, and he makes a man miss and ends up with positive yardage. Is Richendaler.
That whole motion in the backfield just looks like a little unorthodox. Like
it does sometimes. Looks like sometimes it takes too long or the running back's too deep.
Yes.
Trenton Waller.
Pick up a 3 for Richendaler. Going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Panthers on their own 43. You know, Austin, something we haven't seen a whole lot is the design run for Browning, or just seeing him pull the ball down when he can't find a receiver and keep it himself.
Usually he gets in that gun.
Panthers back to the ball, tight end each way, wing back each way, full house backfield, and there is some flags on the play. False start on the Panthers, which doesn't make any sense to me. A running back can come in motion. It was the running back who moved.
Against the Panthers.
Coach Andy Clark head to the 40-yard line looking for an explanation.
Has every right to be. He has every right for this.
I don't think he's getting the explanation he likes. Still on the field. So instead it's 3rd down and 2, it's 3rd down and 7. Another positive drive for the Panthers is going to be shot down. This time it's not a fumble, it's a penalty, and that's the second one of the night for the Panthers.
Third
down 7 at the 37. Browning's going to drop to throw.
Get out there.
He has Archer open. Archer goes up and almost, he wasn't quite as open as I thought he was, as number 17, Trenton Waller, is underneath.
17,
breaks it up.
Waller brings up a 4th down 7 for the Panthers.
1 more yard on the throw, and Browning gets another yard on the throw. Eli Archer may still be running.
That's where the Panther offensive line needs to just hold their blocks for maybe
Gotta hold
1
that
to 2
block,
more
and
seconds.
You can see Austin Browning telling the lineman that. Panthers on the punt. Brady Wilson's the punter. Back deep to return for the Blue Devils is Corey Call. Snap is back. The punter mishandles the snap. Call fair catches it just inside the 35-yard line.
Catch by number 10, Corey Call.
So getting some heat, the punter, after bobbling the snap, bobbling the catch, still gets away a pretty good punt. And it's going to be Gallia Academy football at the 34-yard line. And we're still in the first quarter. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Gallia Academy 14, Chesapeake Panthers 7. I'm Jacob Wells along with Austin Carpenter. And it's the first week of Ohio Valley Conference play for these two teams. McClellan in the gun has twins each way. The running back to his right is Boo Pullins. 4-man front for the Panthers. McClellan takes a snap and looks for the slant across the middle to Corey Call and throws it
a 2nd down 10 for the
just a
Blue
little
Devils.
short of Call's outstretched hands, and it rolls across the turf.
That could have been dangerous if he would have caught that in stride.
Yeah, he definitely had some room to run. Blue Devils in the pistol. Pullins is the lone back. Twin receivers each way. Now Pullins steps up, and they're going to stick it and give it to him on the sweep. Will Todd is there to wrap him up, and he makes him miss, but Dylan Lunsford's there to hit him initially, and Carson Nida finishes him off. So it's going to be a loss of 1 for Pullins on the sweep.
For the Blue Devils.
And really, it's just a zone read. The quarterback's looking to see what that defensive end does, and can he keep it up the middle. Just like you said, it's kind of a midline option.
Definitely
Trips
gets tricky.
left. Single receiver to the right. McClellan's out of the pocket looking to throw, and he's going to bring it down and run. He's going to be wrapped up and get close to the first down is McClellan. He didn't have any receivers, but he didn't have any defenders in front of him, so he pulls it down and keeps it.
Tremendous effort by Will Todd.
It's going to be 4th down and 1.
all the way from this side of the field to
Who was that?
Will Todd.
Will Todd getting from sideline to sideline, making plays. Back into the game for the Blue Devils is Jacob Campbell, the big tailback, and they're going to give it to him, and he has the first down and then some more. Campbell makes another man miss, and he's to the 30 and to the 20. Donald Richendaler finally runs him down. Good effort by the sophomore. Runs him down at the 9-yard line.
Tackle made by number 14.
The big plays on 4th down, Austin, are really hurting the Panthers.
Well, another thing that the Panthers need to work or fix is get to the ball and get down and get set before the play.
Get to the line of scrimmage quicker, get set. Because the Blue Devils go out of the no huddle. Pullins the lone back in the pistol behind McClellan, now steps up beside of him. Twins right, and they're going to hand it to Pullins, and Pullins is wrapped up by Dakota Hess immediately. Going to be a loss of 1 by Pullins, and Dakota Hess is definitely been a difference maker thus far. The big block for the touchdown earlier, and he's definitely played well defensively too.
Definitely.
Blue Devils back to the ball. Trips right. The lone back is Pullins, a split left. Pullins is to the left of McClellan in the gun. And they're going to give it to Pullins again, and he's wrapped up by Dylan Lunsford after a pickup of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal for the Blue Devils.
By number 51, Dylan Lunsford.
On the Panther 8-yard line.
3rd down goal from the 8.
After the 2-yard run, it's 3rd down goal from the 8 for the Blue Devils. The trips right, a split left. A single running back is Pullins beside of McClellan. He's going to drop to throw, and he has the man in the end zone and throws it behind him is McClellan. Looking for Corey Call again on the slant. And the Panthers hold down here after the long pickup by Jacob Campbell. Looks like maybe a field goal unit coming onto the field for the Blue Devils. 47 seconds here left in the first quarter. Field Davis Field in Chesapeake, Ohio. Gallia Academy Blue Devils 14, Chesapeake Panthers 7. And onto the field for the field goal.
Hopefully, Big Dakota Hess can get a nice serve
Is
here.
Andrew Toller. It's a 29-yard field goal. Snap is back. Donald Richendaler gets back there. Did he get a hand on it?
He may have.
I don't know if he did or not, but the field goal soars wide left. Look out, band members, as the Gallia Academy band is sitting over there. That was low and wide left. And Andrew Toller in warm-ups, we were talking about him and the leg he had, but all we saw was him kicking from straight on. That 29-yard field goal attempt was from the right hash mark, and it's going to be no good. The Panthers going to take over on their own 20. Excuse me. Yes, on their own 20.
And having Richendaler right there in your face has to be a factor.
Donald came off the edge pretty quick, and I couldn't tell if he got a hand on it or not, but he was close. Panther faithful getting a let's go peek from all these alumni cheerleaders. It is a pretty good crowd here on both sides. There's blue shirts wrapped all the way around the field. Empty backfield. It's Browning, and he looks to run right. He faked left and going to keep it. Looked like he had some room on the outside, but cut it back up in the middle. Browning's going to get right back to the line of scrimmage.
A host of Blue Devils. No gain. Brings up a 2nd down 10 for the Panthers.
So after the pickup of 0, the Panthers will be back to the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Panthers getting the call from the sideline. Got a trips left, twins right. Harless goes in sweep motion. They're going to fake it to Harless, and Browning's going to keep it.
Get out there.
He has some room to run. He's across the 25 to the 30, and he's tripped up just at the last second. He had some room to run, and I think he knows he did, but that's enough for the first down. Browning to pick up a 13. And that's, I think I touched on that earlier, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And the Panthers just pick up the first down.
7.
At the end of the first, Blue Devils 14, Chesapeake Panthers 7. Jacob Wells along with Austin Carpenter. You're listening to Cat Sports on 93.3 and 1340. First and 10 for the Panthers on their own 32 to start the second quarter. We've got an unbalanced line right, split in right, and wing back each way, and offset fullback. It's a counter, back to Harless. Harless has some room to run, and he's brought down by 2 Blue Devils, number 44, Cole Davis, and number 4, Jacob Campbell. And that's going to be a pickup of 4 for Cameron Harless.
Pickup of 5 for the Panthers.
They're going to say pickup of 5.
2nd down 5.
2nd down and 5 for the Panthers on their own 37. Hutchison's the wide receiver right. Tight end is Archer. A wing back each way. Tyler Eddy's the fullback right behind Browning. In motion comes Nida, and they're going to hand it off to Eddy right up the middle, and he is brought down immediately.
Ooh, a little extra.
Tyler Eddy on the carry. Flags on the play.
3 flags on the play, all in the same vicinity. Dakota Hess was involved.
He's getting under someone's skin out there. I mean,
maybe holding the block when the whistle blows. See what the official has to say. Dead ball. Personal foul on the Panthers. 77. It is Dakota Hess, and a dead ball. Personal foul on the Blue Devils, number 44. So offsetting, the football's going to stay where it is. And Dakota Hess is making someone a little angry out there, holding his block till the whistle blows. Good job by.
He's getting me fired up here.
Oh, for sure. Good job by the 6'1", 345-pound junior tackle. He's a big boy, and he moves well. So now the officials, per protocol, have to walk the ball backwards 15 yards and then back to the line of scrimmage. So somebody's got a 30-yard walk here.
The displacement on that does not make sense.
I don't get it, but third down and 5 for the Panthers on their own 37.
Wow.
We're in the second quarter. Gallia Academy 14, Chesapeake Panthers 7. We've got a trips right. Archer, Harless, and Nida. Split left is Hutchison. Single back is Eddie to the left of Browning. Browning takes a snap. He looks to throw. He has Harless open and just throws it just outside of the junior running back. Going to be 4th down and 5, and the punt team is coming on for the Panthers. On the punt is Brady Wilson for the Panthers, the 5'8 junior kicker and punter. Back to return for the Blue Devils is Corey Call, the 6'2 senior. Archer is the snapper. It's going to be a fake. They have Carson Nida down the middle, and Richendaler underthrows him.
Pass ball's incomplete.
And,
Blue Devils take over.
Well,
From the Panther
I don't know
36.
about going for the fake punt this early in the contest. 10:53 left in the first half.
Well, you got to think Gallie's not expecting that. So,
And no, Carson Nida was open, just underthrown a bit by Donald Richendaler.
I think he kind of rushed himself back there.
He didn't take his time. He had time to throw it. Blue Devils going to take over on their own 37. But, oh, boy, if he would have caught the pass from Richendaler,
We would
be a touchdown.
Yep.
Blue Devils making their way onto the field. McClellan the gun. 2 receivers each way. The handoff to Pullins, and he fakes it, and he keeps it, and he throws out to the left to number 34, Cade Roberts. Roberts makes a man miss and another man miss. And he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
34, Cade Roberts, tackle made by number 12.
Panthers arm tackle is just being ran through by the Blue Devils. McClellan again, he's in the pistol. Pullins behind him. 2 receivers each way. It's 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils on the Panther 11. Snap is to McClellan. He hands it to Pullins. And, excuse me, he keeps it. He had me faked out. And he's going to go in from 11 yards out unscathed. Is the quarterback, Justin McClellan.
You keep giving it, and you keep it that one time, you're going to have everyone fold.
Yep, everyone's going to bite down eventually, and you're going to be able to keep it. And they're going to send the extra point kicker onto the field instead of going for 2. That's Andrew Tuller. Holder is Corey Call. The snap is back, holds down. It's up and through the uprights. And with 10:30 left in the second quarter, Gallia Academy 21, Chesapeake Panthers 7. It was the Cat Sport for 93-3 and 13-40.
Oh, wow.
It's a squib kick down the middle, going to be fielded by Will Todd. Todd has some room. He makes one man miss. He's going to get it up close to the 40-yard line. Going to be brought down about the 38 or 39.
Will Todd on the return.
Fielding the squib kick from Andrew Toller. And that's where the Panthers will begin their drive at the 39. First and 10 for the Panthers on their own 39. Browning will be, it looks like he'll be in the gun again. 10:22 left in the first half. Gallia Academy 21, Chesapeake Panthers 7. Browning in the gun. He has trips left. Twins right. He's going to take the snap, fake the throw to the right, and run left. He has room to run. Browning makes a man miss.
Oh, God.
And fumbles. The ball is on the ground.
He was down.
And they're going to say the Panthers, he was down. They're going to say he was down. Browning picks up 20 yards.
Mr. Official gave him that one. Definitely
Yeah, I
helped
don't
him
think
out
he was
on that
down,
one.
but we'll take it. The pickup of 20 yards for Browning on on his 3rd carry of the night. Blue Devils do get the second half kick. Browning in the gun. Coach Andy Clark looked like some confusion out of his offense. Coach Andy Clark going to take a timeout. We'll step aside and listen to Cat Sports on 93.3 and 1340. And back to game action. Browning in the gun. Going to hand off to Nida. Nida going to be wrapped up immediately in the backfield.
On the carry, tackle made by number 2, Ben Cox.
Going to be brought down by number 2, Ben Cox.
2nd down, 10.
At the line of scrimmage. So no loss on the carry, but no gain either, as Ben Cox closed the gap quickly. Brought down Nida. Panthers back to the ball. Trips right. The split left is Hutchison. Single back is Eddie. Browning takes the snap, rolls to his right. He has a man in Archer and throws the football into the, well, I almost said dirt, but into the turf. There's no dirt here.
Used to be.
Some rubber pellets underneath the carpet. And you could see him fly up too when the football hit the ground. It's going to be 3rd down 10 for the Panthers on the Blue Devil 41-yard line. 9 minutes and 9 seconds to play here in the first half. From Field Davis Field, Gallia Academy Blue Devils 21, Chesapeake Panthers 7. Jacob Wells along with Austin Carpenter and Gabriel Sellers back in the studio. Panthers driving, 3rd down and 10 on the Gallia Academy 41. Browning in the empty set. Trips right, 2 receivers left. Browning takes a snap and he's going to keep it to the right. It's a design keep.
Stay outside.
He makes the first man miss. He breaks out of another tackle and he's going to pick up 4 yards on the carry.
Number 10
is Browning
on the carry.
Bring up 4th down and 6.
Tackle made by number 44.
The Panthers fake the punt on the last drive.
Number 13.
Curious to see what they might do here,
Zach
being in
Belleville.
Gallia Academy Blue Devil territory.
4th down, 6 for the Panthers.
Looks like the Panthers are going to go for it. Getting the play call in. Assistant coach Aaron Rice. Browning needs a cleat timeout. Got to fix his shoe there. It came off on that last play.
Catch my breath too.
Well, they don't hurt, you know. Use it to your advantage. It will be 4th down and 6 for the Panthers. On Gallipolis' 37-yard line. 8 minutes, 27 seconds left here to play in the first half from Field Davis Field. Gallia Academy 21, Chesapeake Panthers 7. To the line of scrimmage is the Panthers. Under center is Browning. He's got a wing back each way, a split right, offset fullback. In motion comes Nida. He fakes it to Nida, and he has a man deep, and Tylen Hutchison. Hutchison has to come back and makes the catch at the 6-yard line.
That was tremendous to come back.
31-yard hookup between Browning and Hutchison.
Very good high point in that ball and coming down with that catch.
Browning underthrew Hutchison just a little bit, but Hutchison was able to come back and get it, and he was able to go up and high point the football and come down with it at the 6. Panthers to the line quickly. No splits, double tight, and they're going to toss it to Nida. Nida has it up the middle. He's going to pick up 2 on the toss.
That number 58 for Gallipolis is doing a very good job following that guard and that tackle and coming right towards Nida. So for Chesapeake,
that's the key when the Panthers pull the backside guard and tackle. If that tight end doesn't get a good block down,
and that center,
he can follow it, and make the play. Nida able to get 2 yards out of it. That's his 4th carry of the night. 59 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown. Panthers back to the ball. Tight end each way, wing back each way. Eddie's the fullback. And they're going to fake it, and Browning's going to keep it, and he's wrapped up almost immediately as he turns upfield as he faked the trap play to Cameron Harless. Kept it on the boot run.
No gain. Third down.
He was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's third down and goal from the 4-yard line for the Panthers. 6 minutes, 47 seconds. Clock still ticking here in the first half. Gallia Academy Blue Devils 21, Chesapeake Panthers 7. Panthers back to the ball. Tight end each way, wing back each way. And they're going to hand it to Nida again, and he's going to get it down to about the 2-yard line. And it's going to bring up fourth down and goal.
Number 3,
Man,
Nida on the carry.
I could just hit a wall.
Made by number 59, Carter Campbell.
And it will be a pickup of
Gain of 1.
Going to be a pickup of 1 for Nida.
From the 3.
Fourth down and goal. Panthers going to keep the offense on the field.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a little passing here.
Well, you got to have the ball in Browning's hands. He is your playmaker. It's a trips left, a split right, a single back to the left of Browning, and the gun is Tyler Eddy.
He's going to keep it.
Browning keeps it. He's going to roll up to his left, and he has a rush. Browning cuts it back. He's looking for somebody to throw it to, and he has room to run. He has the edge, and Browning gets into the end zone from 4 yards out.
Attaboy.
Touchdown, Chesapeake Panthers. Browning looking for receivers, reversing field, and really the offensive line held their block pretty well, other than the one linebacker that flushed him out of the pocket. And that's going to be a eastbound and down touchdown, and the Bandits running.
Definitely, like you touched on, put the ball in Browning's hands so he
Got
can
to
make it
have
happen.
the ball in his hands. Brady Wilson on for the extra point. Holders, Tylen Hutchison. Snappers, Eli Archer. Going to be a good snap, a good hold. Kick is up and through the uprights with 5:46 left in the first half. Gallia Academy 21, Chesapeake Panthers 14. You're listening to Cat Sports on 93.3 and 1340. We've got a ball game on our hands. 5:46 left in the first half. Gallia Academy 21, Chesapeake Panthers 14. On to kick for the for the Panthers is Brady Wilson, and back deep to return for the Blue Devils. James Armstrong and Donovan Woodson, both speedy underclassmen. The approach, the kick is away, and it's going to be a squib down the middle.
Like it.
And it's going to be touched by a Blue Devil, and the Panthers may be able to recover it. No, going to be knocked out of bounds at the last minute around the 25-yard line. And that could have been a huge break for the Chesapeake Panthers.
And definitely if the Panthers don't shoot themselves in the foot on the opening drive, I think we're tied up right now.
It definitely could be a 21-all ball game. And the Blue Devils will take over on their own 25. So pretty nice squib kick that could have really set the Panthers up nicely. 5:46 left here in the first half. And the Blue Devils will take over.
Well, you know, Gallia started on the
24.
The 40, 44, 40, and the 34. And this is the farthest they've had to start. So that could.
And a big stop. Panthers still have one timeout. There's 5:46 left on the first half clock. A big stop could put the Panthers in scoring position to end the half. Twin receivers each way. In motion comes Armstrong, and it's going to be a sweep to Armstrong. Going to be wrapped up and knocked down behind the line of scrimmage by Tylen Hutchison, the shoestring tackle. Going to be a loss of 2. No, they're going to say 1. A loss of 1. Nice play by Tylen Hutchison coming from the outside linebacker spot to shut the sweep down. In the guns, McClellan. Behind him in the pistol is Pullins. Twin receivers each way. Takes the snap. Going to fake it. Now throw the swing pass outside, and it's complete, and he has room to run as James Armstrong. He makes a man miss, stops at the 50, and finally wrapped, still running.
Take the ball.
And finally brought down by Will Todd on the Panther 44.
Pass complete to number 3.
Going to be a 41-yard pickup.
Tackle made by number 4.
Nice pitch and catch between Justin McClellan and James Armstrong.
He's a little shaken up over there.
And Armstrong is shaken up about the 45-yard line of the Panthers. You know, Austin, that's a really nice play design where McClellan's able to hand it off to Pullins, keep it himself, or when he keeps it himself and doesn't like what he sees, he can throw the swing pass out in the flat to a receiver. So it's almost like a triple option with a pass instead of a pitch.
I definitely like that play a lot because
So
it makes that outside linebacker or that corner come up and they either take whichever one he doesn't take, the other one's going to be wide open.
Yeah, somebody's always second-guessing themselves in that situation. And McClellan, that's the second time they've been able to get positive yardage out of that play against the Panthers. Blue Devils back on the ball. Going to be a trips left. Wide out right. Single back behind McClellan is Pullins. Panthers in a four-man front. The officials calling for a timeout. Now they'll wind the clock. Four-man front for the Panthers. Pullins slides up to the right of McClellan. Takes the snap, and he's going to fake it and keep it himself, and he has some room to run. He's almost wrapped up, finally wrapped up by Archer at the 20. Going to be a pickup of 24 for McClellan. And the big plays for the Blue Devils is really hurting the Panthers. Brought down at the 21 by Eli Archer. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Blue Devils. Just outside of the red zone. Under 5 minutes to play here. 4:40 left here on the game clock in the first half. Chesapeake Panthers trail the Blue Devils 21-14. We've got a trips left, a wide out right. Pullins is the single back beside McClellan. And they're going to fake the Pullins again. This time McClellan keeps it. He's not going to pick up as many yards, but able to get 5 out of it. We'll bring up second down and 5 for the Blue Devils.
Number 7. Just
the Panthers 16.
Tackle made by number 15, Tyler Eddy. Gain of 5. Brings
Blue
up
Devils
a
quickly
second
back
down
to the
5.
ball. 2 receivers each way. Single back is Pullins. And it's a broken play. McClellan out here in the flat, wrapped up by Dylan Lunsford, and it's going to be for a loss.
Number 7, Justin McClellan.
Good job by the middle linebacker.
By number 51,
and it was the play that they just ran to Armstrong and picked up 44 yards. And Pullins went the wrong way, turned into a broken play, and Lunsford got back there and knocked him down.
This is huge right here, Jake.
It's a big play. It's third down and 5 from the 16-yard line. McClellan is his quarterback. Pullins to his right. It's a design run for McClellan, and he's got in the end zone goes McClellan.
Wow.
Number 7,
From 16 yards out with 3:34 left in the first quarter. The lead blocker Pullins from his halfback position was able to open up a hole for the quarterback design run. And McClellan goes in from 16 yards out, and he jogs off the field slowly. That quarterback is winded. On for the extra point. He is Andrew Toller, and the holder, Corey Call. It's a good snap, good hold, kick up, and through the uprights with 3:34 left in the first half. Gallia Academy 28, Chesapeake Panthers 14. You're listening to Cat Sports on 93.3, 1340. On to kick, the ensuing kickoff is Andrew Toller. After McClellan took the quarterback keeper 16 yards for the Blue Devil touchdown to set the score at 28-14 in favor of the Blue Devils. Back deep to return for the Panthers. Number 5, Cameron Harless. Number 14, Donald Richendaler. Kick up and away. It's going to be a high kick and going to be fielded by Richendaler at the 15. Richendaler has some room to run. Bounces it outside. Going to be brought down at about the 32-yard line. And the Panthers have 3 minutes and 26 seconds and 1 timeout.
Number 14, Donald Richendaler on the return. Panthers start from their own.
So the Panthers will take over from their own 32-yard line.
This is huge right here.
Excuse me, the 33-yard line is where the ball is resting. And this is a huge drive for the Panthers, just like you said, Austin, to pick up one more score before halftime because Gallipolis gets the second half kick. 3:26 left here in the first half. Gallia Academy 28, Chesapeake Panthers 14. And it's really been a game of big plays thus far. Browning in the gun, Harless to his left. Tight end right, a wing back right, 2 receivers to his left. Browning takes a snap, hands it to Harless. Harless has nowhere to go. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
Man.
Number 5, Cameron Harless on the carry. No gain.
It's like that hole he thought was there was like non-existent.
Brought down by Boo Pullins from his outside linebacker position. And we're at 3 minutes to play here. Just under 3 minutes now. Clock still ticking. Browning's in the gun. He has trips left, a receiver right in Archer at the bottom of the field, and a single back in Carson Ida just to his right. Browning takes the snap. Panthers get a good hold on the line.
Oh.
Browning makes a man miss. Now looking to run, makes another man miss and runs through a tackle. Going to be a pickup of 2. If Browning would have pulled the ball down and ran a little earlier, he probably had a good shot at getting the first down.
Yes.
Austin Browning.
Browning picks up 2. Quarterback scramble. Clock still ticking. 2:20 left here in the first half. Gallia Academy Blue Devils 28, Chesapeake Panthers 14.
3rd down, 8.
Had a lot of time to throw there, though, Jake.
Oh, he did. That's
a tremendous amount of time.
Good job by the offensive line there, protecting the quarterback. Got a trips to his right. Single back is Nida. And a receiver split left. Browning takes a low snap.
God.
Looks deep to Tylen Hutchison.
Give me a flag, right?
What it looks like should be a pass. The official pulled the flag out of his pocket and stuck it back in his pants. Definitely should have been at least a holding on the cornerback. And this isn't good for the Panthers. They're going to have to punt with 1:49 left and 2 timeouts for the Blue Devils.
Man, it's like quick draw. He went to pull it out, put it right back in his pocket.
Maybe a little flat. Nope. I'm going to put it back in my pocket. And could have been a big break for the Panthers there. Would have definitely given them a first down, whether a hold or a pass interference.
Better get the snap.
Panther punt team is short 1 guy.
Yep.
And there's going to be a flag on play. Delay of game. There's been a lot of mass confusion on the field for the Chesapeake Panther offense so far this game. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And you got to think, with the ball being spotted at the 30, that Gallipolis may bring some rushers here to block that punt. 1:49 left here in the first half. Wilson on the punt. Back deep to return for the Blue Devils is Corey Call.
Yep, there they come.
There's the snap. Here comes the rush, and he gets the punt away, and it's high and going to land at about the 45 and drop backwards and be fielded by the Panthers at midfield. And that draws disaster for the Panthers. 1:39 left in the first half. And the Blue Devils are going to take over at midfield with 2 timeouts left, Austin. And they've proven time and time again that they can pull off a big play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for Chesapeake to stop because guys got all that momentum from the last 2 drives. And they're probably, I'm not going to jinx this, but it's going to be hard for the Panthers to get a stop here. They just got so much momentum behind Gallipolis. It's offense.
Going to have trips right, a receiver left. McClellan's the gun. Pullins to his right. McClellan's going to drop and roll out of the pocket. The left-hander throws back across his body to number 10. That's Call upended by Carson Nida.
Complete to number 10, Corey Call. Tackle made by number 3,
pickup of 13.
Nida. First down.
McClellan and Call. And the hook up. Trips right, a split left. And it's going to be McClellan on the design quarterback run. He's got the first down and then some. Finally run down from behind by Donald Richendaler
number 7,
at the 18-yard line. And just like that, the Blue Devils are in the red zone, knocking on the door again. 1:08 left here in the first half. Clock still ticking.
And if the Panthers want any, better their odds here, they need to get a
stop
huge
here.
Stop right now.
Twin receivers each way. The fake is to Pullins. They're going to throw out here to Call on the flat. Call has some room, and he's run out of bounds by Donald Richendaler, and that'll stop the clock at 48.9 seconds.
Corey Call. Tackle made by number 14.
Another option play there where McClellan could have stuck it in the stomach of Pullins, kept it or thrown it. And gets it to Corey Call out here on the edge. Going to bring up 2nd down and 2 from the 10-yard line. 48.9 seconds left here in the first. Empty backfield. McClellan has trips to his right, Twins to his left. Sends Pullins in motion. They're going to fake the sweep, and he's going to keep it himself and brought down immediately by the defensive end, Luke Shields. Good job by Luke Shields getting down the line and making a tackle at the line of scrimmage. The Blue Devils will take a timeout with 42.9 seconds left in the first half. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Blue Devils on the Panther 10 coming out of the timeout. Trips to the right, Twins left, McClellan in the empty backfield, sends Pullins in motion. They're going to fake it. He's going to drop the throw. He's got a wide open receiver in the end zone, and number 2, Ben Cox, and it falls incomplete right through his hands. There is a flag on the play.
Holding.
Going to be a holding. Is it defensive or offensive? It's by the line of scrimmage.
The midline judge threw it in from about.
And it will be on the offense. So 5-yard penalty. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7 for the Blue Devils on the 15-yard line. Excuse me, it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so it's going to be on the 25-yard line. The Panthers accept it, so it will be 3rd down. 3rd down and 17 for the Blue Devils on the 25-yard line. Going to fake the sweep. It's a slant again, this time caught by Call at the 16-yard line.
To number 10, Corey Call.
Clock still ticking. Under 30 seconds to play here in the first half. Blue Devils getting the call from the sideline. A no-huddle offense. Pullins the single back in the pistol. 2 receivers each way. McClellan tries to draw the Panthers off sides, and we're under 20 seconds now. Looks like the Blue Devils may just run the clock down and maybe take a shot at the with a field goal. And that is definitely what's going to happen as Coach Alex Penrod walks onto the field and calls a timeout with 4 seconds left here in the first half.
Blue Devils.
Earlier in the game, the Blue Devils attempted a field goal, and Andrew Toller's kick was low and wide left. It was a 29-yard attempt. This one is going to be also a 29-yard attempt, but closer to the middle of the field. Excuse me, it's going to be 32. Forgive my mathematical skills. 32-yard field goal attempt from just inside the right hash. When we come back from the timeout, both teams now making their way on the field. As the kicker, 45 for the Blue Devils, Andrew Toller places the kicking block. And a blocked field goal and a scoop and score would be a huge momentum gain for the Panthers going into halftime.
That'd be nice.
Toller walks off his steps.
Definitely got the speed on the edge to make it happen.
Snaps back. It's up, and it is going to be wide left and low, and that's going to end the first half. Gallia Academy Blue Devils 28, Chesapeake Panthers 14. You're listening to Cat Sports on 93.3 and 1340. And welcome back. Chesapeake Panther football broadcast. I'm Jacob Wells along with Austin Carpenter. You're listening to Cat Sports on 93.3, 1340 and online at catsports933.com.
Number 8, Brady Wilson kicking off for the Panthers.
Brady Wilson on to kick for the Panthers. Marking his steps off. Again, back deep to return for the Blue Devils. Number 3, James Armstrong, and number 24, Donovan Woodson. Wilson's approach, and it's going to be another squib. And it's mishandled at about the 35 and pounced on by number 16, Caleb Geyser. And then he's covered by a handful of his teammates to make sure nobody can get to him. And the Blue Devils are going to take over on their own 35-yard line.
This facility is a smoke-free facility that includes vaping, no smoking, no vaping inside the facility.
So the Blue Devils are going to take over at their own 35.
Chesapeake High School band will be in
Panthers
competition at 7
do have big
p.m. tomorrow
Dakota
evening
Hess
at Rock Hill High School.
in the contest on the defensive line. And going to definitely have to not only stop the run, but get some pressure back there on Justin McClellan. And force him to hand the football off. The Panthers are going to have to get a stop here coming out of second half, Austin. You know, they can't give up, you know, a long sustained drive here. McClellan in the gun. He's got twins each way to start the second half. Single backs McClellan. In deep motion comes Armstrong. They're going to toss it to Armstrong. Up the field comes Richendaler. Richendaler misses the tackle. Another missed tackle by Shields, and Armstrong's off to the races. Just like that. We talked about Armstrong's speed, and he's in the end zone.
Armstrong in for the Blue Devil touchdown.
Missed arm tackles by the Chesapeake Panthers again. Lead to a 65-yard touchdown run for James Armstrong.
They definitely whipped a lot.
Yep, Panther defenders flying right by. Trying to wrap up with one arm, not leading with their helmet across the chest.
Yep.
On for the extra point is Andrew Toller. Holders Corey Call. Snaps back, holds down, kick is up and through the upright. So Call is 2 for 2 on extra points, 0 for 2 on field goals. And on the extra points, he has plenty enough leg. It's almost like he tries too hard on the field goals and then really just pushes it.
Mr. Armstrong only had 2 yards in the first half, but he just opened up with 65-yard runs. So
what was that? How many carries?
In the first?
Total.
2.
2 carries. 63 yards. And a touchdown. And Chesapeake Panthers are going to definitely have to shore up defensively the rest of the contest and put the football in the end zone. Both teams making their way back out on the field for the ensuing kickoff with 11:41 left in the third. Gallia Academy 35, Chesapeake Panthers 14. And with another Blue Devil score and the Panthers not being able to answer, it could just get ugly, Austin. And the Panthers definitely going to have to find the end zone and get a couple stops defensively. On for the kickoff for the Blue Devils. 45, Andrew Toller, the 6'1 junior kicker. And to return for the Panthers, number 5, Cameron Harless, and number 14, Donald Richendaler. Toller with the approach. Kick up and away. Going to be a long kick and fielded by Richendaler at about the 3-yard line. And Richendaler's looking for a place to run. He makes a man miss, reverses field. Richendaler still running. Finally run down by number 24, Donovan Woodson, at the 25-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will take over on their own 25-yard line.
First down 10.
They're going to have to get something going on this drive,
They're
Jake.
going to put the ball on the 26-yard line. Forgive me.
Highlanders, 34.
Yes, Panthers,
Woodrow
and
Wilson, 0
they need scoring drives and not long, drawn-out scoring drives. They need big plays. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Pretty sad.
Browning is in the gun. Twin receivers left, tight end right, wing back right, and running back to his left is Nida in the shotgun. Takes a snap, hands off to Nida. Nida's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. The Panther offensive line got no push on that run play as Nida, they're going to say it was brought down at the line of scrimmage. I definitely thought it was for a loss. Panthers are lucky to have the ball back at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10 for the Panthers on their own 26.
The Gallia County Blue Devils are just swarming to the ball. They're getting 6, 7 people there with the ball. So that makes it tough when everyone's getting there and game tackling.
You know, Gallia Academy overall has really good team speed.
Yes.
And the gun is Browning. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, tight end right. Single back's Nida. Going to fake it to Nida. Browning's going to keep it this time, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
Took a shot.
He took a shot in the hole for sure. Looked helmet to helmet, but things happen so quickly out there. So Browning with a back to the line of scrimmage on his 7th carry.
Third down, 9.
Third down and 10 for the Panthers on their own 26. 10:19 left in the third. Gallia Academy 35, Chesapeake 14. Panthers getting the play call from the sideline. Panthers making their way to the football. Going to get a delay of game here, I do believe. The back judge just put his hand up.
Better hike it. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
And that's going to be a delay of game. I think he even gave him a little bit of extra time. Definitely, Austin, I touched on this in the first half. Definitely looked like there's been some confusion offensively the Chesapeake Panthers.
They've been throwing hands up, looking at each other. They don't know what's doing. They don't know how many people they have on the field. Sometimes.
I haven't seen that ever out of an Andy Clark coach team. And for some reason, these young guys just look perplexed. Going to be 3rd down and 15 for the Panthers on their own 22. Trips left, a split right. Browning in the gun. To his left is Eddie. Browning drops the throw, and the ball's going to come loose. They're going to call incomplete pass.
Pass falls incomplete.
I think they were sure if it was a fumble or incomplete pass, and they're going to call incomplete. Browning stepped up into the pocket to throw it down the field, and his arm got hit, and the ball came dislodged. His arm came forward.
Rock Hill Redmen 7.
4th down 15 for the Panthers, and they're going to have to punt.
West 14, Wellston 0.
On to punt for the Panthers is number 8, Brady Wilson. And back deep to return for the Blue Devils. Number 6, Ryan Danofsky and Corey Call. Snap is back, fielded by the punter. Kick is up, and it's going to be shanked right out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Let's see where the official spots the football. At the 27-yard line is where they're going to say it goes out. So it's a 5-yard flip there. 5-yard net punt for the punter. And it's a short field for the Gallia Academy Blue Devils.
This will just be an exclamation point.
Yeah, things are just not looking good now for the Panthers. And continuing to get worse here. Blue Devils making their way to the football. Back to the right of McClellan in the gun is Pullins with a lead blocker in front of him. Cade Roberts. The handoff is going to go to Pullins, and there is a flag on the play. Pullins rolled over to the top of the defender and didn't think he was down and kept running. There is a flag on the play. Definitely going to be a triple option play. It's going to be a false start on the defense. Excuse me, on the offense. False start on the defense. No such thing. Forgive me. So that's going to back the Blue Devils up 5 yards. They get 1st down and 15 from the 32-yard line. McClellan has quad receivers to his left. Looks like there might be some confusion. Yeah, he's making number 3, James Armstrong, flip the field. Trips left, twin receivers to his right. Empty backfield for McClellan. In sweep motion comes Pullins. They're going to hand the ball off to Pullins, and he has room to run. He's across the 20, the 15, and he's going to find the end zone from 32 yards out. Goes Boo Pullins. And now it looks like the Gallia Academy Blue Devils are just going to be able to pile it on the Chesapeake Panthers. Onto the field comes the kicker for the extra point, Andrew Toller. The holder's Corey Call. The snap is back. It's mishandled. Call's able to get it down. The kick goes up and through with 9:26 left in the third quarter. Gallia Academy 42, Chesapeake Panthers 14. You're listening to Cat Sports on 93.3 and 1340. Toller's kick is away, fielded at the 5 by Donald Richendaler. Returned out to the 21-yard line where he's brought down by a handful of Blue Devils.
Tackle made by number 3, James Armstrong.
And that's where the Panthers will take over on the 21-yard line. getting a call from the sideline.
The Blue Devils just have so much, like, they're getting up, getting after it, slapping each other on the helmet, just getting after it.
Browning's under center. Full house backfield, split left. Harless goes in sweep motion. They're going to run the sweep. Harless makes a man miss. Gets the ball out to about the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 4 for Cameron Harless.
Cameron Harless on the carry.
Ball's around the 25-yard line. It's going to be a 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers.
Gain of 3 brings up a 2nd down, 7 for the Panthers.
Browning back under center. Receiver to his left, tight end right. It's going to be a counter trap back to Harless. Harless makes one man miss, and he has room to run. He's across the 40, now across the 50. He's got someone in pursuit. That's number 6, Ryan Donofsky, and he finally runs Harless out of bounds. He's in Gallia Academy territory at the 18-yard line where he's run out of bounds by Ryan Donofsky.
A little bit of life left.
Yeah. Panthers definitely showing a little bit of life.
Halftime score, Ashland Tomcats 7, Ironton Tigers 7.
Makes you nervous when he takes his time
Yeah.
and spits some scores out.
It's a 56-yard pickup by Harless. This handoff's going to be to Tyler Eddy up the middle. He's going to pick up 1. The counter trap on the last play was a 56-yard run by Cameron Harless.
Tackle made by number 28, Boo Poolins. Gain of 2 brings up a 2nd down, 8 for the Panthers.
Panthers back to the ball. Offset fullback, wing back each way, receiver left, tight end right. This time is Will Todd on the sweep. And Todd on his first carry of the night is going to get some positive yardage. Seems like every time he touches the ball, he gets some positive yardage.
Number 4, Will Todd on the carry.
A pickup of about.
Gain of 4 brings up a 3rd down, 4.
Be a pickup of 5 for Scott. Excuse me, for Will Todd. 3rd down and a long 3 for the Panthers on the Blue Devil 14. It's a sweep to the opposite side to Carson Nida. Nida makes a man miss. He gets it across to the 5-yard line. And I think that's going to be enough. And it is enough for a Panther 1st and goal.
Number 3, Carson Nida on the carry.
Carson Nida picks up 8 yards on the carry. And that's going to make it 1st and goal for the Panthers.
Excellent effort to get those that 1st down there, getting the 5-yard gain.
Panthers to the 5-yard line, a wing back each way. It's a counter back the opposite way to Nida, and he is hitting the backfield immediately for a loss of 2.
Number 3, Carson Nida on the carry. Tackle made by number 55, Yeshua Peaks. And number 34, Cade Roberts. Number 4, Will Todd in for the Panthers. Score. Point after is no good with 6:03 left in the third. Blue Devils 42, Panthers 20.
As Will Todd took the carry 7 yards up and over a defender for a Panther touchdown. Brady Wilson's extra point was incomplete. The Panthers now on the field for the ensuing kickoff. Wilson to kick. Back deep to return is James Armstrong and Donovan Woodson. Wilson with the approach. And it's going to be a deep kick. And it's Armstrong this time, fielding at the 5. And you can see how quick he is.
Okay.
And he's hit by Dylan Lunsford. Good job by Dylan Lunsford getting down the field to make initial contact. And then number 60, Isaiah White, coming over and making the stop. 5:54 left here in the third quarter. Chesapeake Panthers 20, Gallia Academy Blue Devils 42. Panthers did show some signs of life on the last drive. Gallia Academy making their way back onto the field. McClellan's in the gun. Trips right, twins left. In motion comes Pullins. He fakes it. Now he's going to throw the slant. It's batted down by Eli Archer. And if Eli Archer could have hung on to it.
Pass batted down.
Grab that one, big fella.
Eli Archer.
They'll bring up second down and 10 for the Blue Devils on their own 24-yard line. Need a couple more stops here, Panthers. 5:50 left to play in the third. Gallia Academy 42, Panthers 20. Pullins is a single back to the left of McClellan in the gun. He has a lead blocker in front of him. In motion comes Armstrong. They're going to fake it to Armstrong and give it to Pullins up the middle with Cade Roberts blocking in front of him. And Pullins going to pick up 3 yards on the carry. It'll bring up third down and 7 for the Blue Devils on their own 27.
Tackle made by number 51, Dylan Lunsford.
Dylan Lunsford on for the stop for the Panthers. McClellan in the pistol. Pullins to his left, trips left to split right. He rolls out of the pocket, looking for someone to throw to, and he has room to run. He's going to have the first down and then some. Finally ridden down by Eli Archer, who is rolling around in some pain on the field.
Justin McClellan on the carry, tackle made by number 88, Eli Archer.
Archer's able to hop up.
He's fine. Oh, nope.
He goes back down. As team physician, it looks like maybe he's cramping. Okay, that makes sense. Both teams going to make their way over to the sidelines. It was 3rd and 7 for the Blue Devils, and the Panthers needed a stop. And McClellan broke free for an 11-yard pickup, and that's enough for a Blue Devil first down. Eli Archer on the ground. The don't want to say injured, but hurting Panther player on the field. Looks to be like a little bit of a hamstring cramp. He's going to make his way off the field, it looks like. Walking off with team physician Scott Davis helping him a little bit. In the game for the Panthers, number 65, freshman defensive end Nick Burns. Standing 6 foot, 220 pounds. McClellan's in the gun. He's got a receiver each way, a running back on each side of him, and a lead blocker with number 34, Cade Roberts, on the right-hand side. They're going to hand it off to James Armstrong, and he has enough room to get the edge. Makes a few Panthers miss, gets the first down, and then some. Pickup of 21. Another Panther is cramping on the field.
First down, Blue Devils.
And the official is going to help him stretch it out there. Let the trainer get some time to get out there to him. 4 weeks into the season here, Austin, seeing a lot of players suffer from, cramps. I think at this point that be well adjusted to the humidity and getting enough liquids in them, to help with the cramps.
Definitely got to maybe drop off a case of water to them Monday morning or something.
A couple cases.
Say drink up.
And that is, I believe that is Carson Nida across the field there, getting stretched out by Chesapeake Panther trainer Matt Schneider. After getting stretched out on the sideline, Eli Archer's back up on his feet. Seems to be walking pretty normally here. And it is Carson Nida that was suffering from the old calf cramp. Old dead leg. He's making his way off the field now. And it's going to be first down and 10 after the 21-yard pickup from James Armstrong for the Blue Devils on the Panther 43-yard line. McClellan's in the gun, has Pullins to his left, 2 receivers left, 1 right, and a fullback in front of Pullins with Cade Roberts. In sweep motion comes Call. They're going to hand it to Call. Call looked like he was going to throw it, but that definitely wasn't an option. Call makes 2-man miss, finally run out of bounds by Dylan Lunsford and Tyler Eddy.
Number 10, Corey Call.
That's going to be enough for a first down.
By number 15, Tyler Eddy. First down, Blue
Pickup
Devils.
of 11 yards for Corey Call on the sweep. It's a first down 10 for the Blue Devils with 4:38 left in the third quarter. On top of the Chesapeake Panthers in Chesapeake, 42-20. McClellan has Pullins to his right. The fullback in front of him is Cade Roberts in the gun. McClellan's going to look to throw. He's got a man deep. It's Corey Call. He's got him at about the 5-yard line and just out of the reach of Call sails the football. Call, football. Got a little rhyme going on.
A couple times fast.
Yeah. So it'll bring up second down and 10 for the Blue Devils on the Panther 32. And Call did have a step on the Panthers' Cameron Harless. The pass was just out of his reach. We got a trips right. Back beside of McClellan. In motion comes Ben Cox. They're going to fake it to the motion guy and give it to Pullins up the middle. Pullins makes a man miss and finally brought down by Austin Browning, who's just now in on defense for the first time this evening. Going to be a pickup of 16 for Pullins. First and 10 for the Blue Devils at the Panther 13-yard line. Pistol formation. Pullins the deep back now steps up to the left to McClellan. And they're going to hand it to Pullins on the trap play, being led by Cade Roberts, the fullback. And Pullins is thrown down by Dylan Lunsford. Going to be a loss of 1 for Pullins. Make it a loss of 2. Second down, 12 for the Blue Devils on the Panther 15-yard line. 3:45 and ticking here in the third quarter. Gallia Academy 42, Chesapeake 20. Trips right, a split left. Pullins a single back beside of McClellan. Excuse me, that's not Pullins. That's number 20, Michael Beasy. And it looks like they almost have McClellan wrapped up in the backfield, and he's finally tripped up.
Number 7, Justin McClellan.
By number 70, Hunter Blackburn, the 6'2 sophomore.
Hunter Blackburn.
And McClellan's able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Number 3rd down and 10 for the Blue Devils on the Panther 13. Trips right, split left. The running back to the right of McClellan is Michael Beasy, the sophomore. McClellan takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He throws it close to the sticks, and it's going to be close to a first down. As he finds Corey Call coming across the field as he rolled out of the pocket. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1 for the Blue Devils on the Panther. Let's see, the Panther 4-yard line. 4th down and 1. Could be a big stop for the Panther defense here.
Got to definitely watch for the hard count.
And the Blue Devils are going to go for it. And yes, Austin, these young guys that are on that defensive line definitely have to watch the football. The back beside of McClellan is Beasy. McClellan's going to keep it. And he's got the first down and a touchdown.
Number 7, Justin McClellan in for the Blue Devils.
So McClellan finds the end zone from 4 yards out with 2:47 left in the third quarter.
It's just a hard formation to stop, and you got just 2 lead blockers for the quarterback.
And the Blue Devils are going to go for 2. I don't know why you're going for 2. It's 48-20. 2:47 left in the third, but they're going to. In the pistol is McClellan. Beasy's behind him. Trips right. He sends Beasy out to his right. McClellan's flushed out of the pocket. Throws it to the end zone for number 2, Ben Cox, just out of his reach. And I know exactly why. Now, Coach Alex Penrod and the Blue Devils went for 2, because once a team is up by 30 in the second half, it becomes a running clock.
Extra point is
and with a converted 2-point conversion, the Blue Devils would have been up by 30. So
good observation,
that does explain why the Blue Devils went for 2 there. And the Panthers did a good job of keeping McClellan in the pocket and closing in on him, forcing him to throw an aired pass in the end zone intended for Ben Cox. Ball incomplete. Andrew Toller, Blue Devil kicker, places the football on the tee, walks off his steps. Back deep to return for the Panthers. Cameron Harless and Donald Richendaler. Excuse me, that's Will Todd. It's going to be fielded by Todd at the 5. As it bounces off his chest, he's able to field it. Todd has some room to run, and he is brought down hard 2 different ways at the 29-yard line.
Number 4, Will Todd on the return.
Will Todd picks up 24 on the return.
Wheelersburg 21, Bishop Watterson 0.
Updated
Excuse me. 21, Rock Hill Redmen 14.
Updated scores. Bishop Watterson trails Wheelersburg 21-0. Portsmouth 21, Rock Hill 14 in the fourth quarter. And the Panthers will take over at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Panthers in the huddle. Receiver left, tight end left, wing back each way. They're going to fake it to Todd and give it to Nida on the counter play. And he's going to be brought down for a loss of 1 is Carson Nida.
Number 3, Carson Nida on the carry.
And early in this football game, it looked like it could have been a shootout, Austin. Both teams with some big plays. You know,
if Panthers don't shoot themselves in the foot on that ensuing drive, I think it's maybe changes the whole
that drive in the initial drive when with the fumble.
And then also Walsh getting hurt.
Logan Walsh getting hurt is a huge hit to the Panthers' offense and defense. It's going to be a sweep for Will Todd on the left end. Todd with good vision. The ball is on the turf. And they're going to say the Panthers did recover.
Fumble on the play.
Got an extra yard out of it. Got to hang on to that football, young man.
It's like, seems like the majority of the Panthers come around that end. They have their one arm, another arm trying to maybe
ward off defenders.
Yes.
You got to, when you plant upfield and you see people in front of you, you've got to roll on the football with both arms. This is the third fumble of the night for the Panthers. Only 1 lost.
Waverly Tigers 28, Fairland 14.
Okay.
Panthers back to the line, 3rd down and 2 on their own 37. Minute 35 left in the third. Browning under center. They're going to hand it to the fullback up the middle. It's Tyler Eddy. And he's going nowhere. Going to be a loss of 1 is Eddy.
Number 5, Cameron Harless on the carry. Loss of 1 brings up a 4th down, 3.
4th down, 3 for the Panthers. And looks like they're going to send on the punting unit. Punting unit and punter. Brady Wilson out on the field. Back deep to return for the Blue Devils is Corey Call. Snap is back. Wilson gets the kick up and away. He's going to bounce at the 40. And go one roll and be picked up by Will Todd at the Panther.
Ball rolls dead at the 38-yard line.
38-yard line.
First down, 10, Blue Devils.
Excuse me, the ball is going to rest perfectly between the 38 and 39-yard line. What yard line would you call that, Austin?
I do not know, Jake.
It's the 38.5-yard line.
Just kidding.
That's where the Blue Devils will take over. First and 10 from the 38.5-yard line. Come the Blue Devils. 24 seconds left here in the third quarter. Gallipolis 48, Chesapeake Panthers 20. And with a score, we'll have a running clock for the remainder of the contest. McClellan's in the gun. He's got two receivers each way. The running back to his right is Michael Beasy, the sophomore. In motion comes Cade Roberts. It's a high snap to the 30, and it bounces away from McClellan. He's able to dive on top of it, and that's a good play for the Panthers. Looked like McClellan was drawn up for a pass play, and the shotgun snap went right over his head. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Gallia Academy 48, Chesapeake Panthers 20. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. I'm Jacob Wells along with Austin Carpenter. You're listening to Cat Sports on 94 1340. And welcome back into Chesapeake Panther football broadcast. I'm Jacob Wells along with Austin Carpenter, and we're set for the fourth quarter. Second down and 22 for the Blue Devils on their own 27 after the bad snap to end the third quarter. McClellan is in the gun. He's got two receivers each way. And beside of him is Michael Beasy. And it's going to be a sweep to number 24, Donovan Woodson. And Woodson with speed is wrapped up by Will Todd.
Number 24, Donovan Woodson on the carry. Tackle made by number 4, Will Todd.
Going to be a pickup of 5 for Woodson on the sweep. Make it third down and 18 for the Blue Devils.
Third down, 9. Third down, 18.
Trips left, a receiver right. Beasy's the single back beside McClellan. McClellan has a guy deep. Good coverage by the sophomore Richendaler as McClellan throws it out of the reach of Corey Call. That's going to bring up fourth down and 18. And the Blue Devils are going to punt. Panthers need a lot of
help.
A lot of help here, a lot of luck. Sending in Austin Browning to return the punt, along with Cameron Harless. Back deep to punt for the Blue Devils is Pullins. Haven't seen Pullins the last couple of drives at tailback, but he's on the punt.
Probably try to conserve him. Take away from.
He is their every down back, that's for sure. Pullins with the punt.
That's a good.
It's a long punt. Fair caught by Austin Browning at about the 30-yard line. And they're going to say the 29 is where he caught, where he fair caught the punt.
First down, 10.
So the Panthers, after the punt, will take over on their own 29, trailing the Blue Devils 48-20 with 11-11 left in the fourth quarter. 11-11, Austin, make a wish.
Just did.
Perfect.
What was yours?
I can't tell you. It's bad luck if you tell people, just like on your birthday. It's Browning in the gun. Empty set. Trips to his right, twins to his left. Top of the field is Archer. Bottom of the field is Hutchison. He takes the snap, fakes the pass to the left, cuts it back against the grain, bounces back outside, makes another man miss. He's going to pick up, it's like 7 yards. Make it 8 yards for Browning on the rush.
On the carry, gain of 6, brings up a second down 4.
Going to bring up second down and 2 for the Panthers. On the 37-yard line. Empty set, trips left, twin receivers right. Archer's at the top of the field. Hutchinson's at the bottom. In motion comes Todd, and it's a sweep to Will Todd. It makes a man miss in the backfield, another guy miss, and then finally wrapped up, and it's going to be for a loss. Number 58, Trent Meadows on the stop.
Number 4, Will
Along with
Todd
number 59, Carter Campbell.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up a third down 6.
And that's going to be a loss of 4. Going to bring up third down and 6 for the Panthers on their own 33. Empty set, trips right, twin receivers left for Browning. Takes the snap, and he's going to look to throw.
Throw to Archer. No.
Now he rolls out of the backfield. Still looking to throw. Finally throws deep, and it's going to be a pass interference on the Blue Devils.
Take it.
Good job by Austin Browning to keep the play alive and keep his eyes downfield. The intended receiver was Will Todd, and he was definitely interfered with.
Oh, yes.
Pass interference against the Blue Devils. Tonight's $25 gift certificate from Kroger's winner is Sarah Carrico from Chesapeake.
So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. See where the ball will be placed. Ball will be placed on their own 48-yard line. 9:26 left to play in the contest. Blue Devils 48, Panthers 20. Trips left, 2 receivers right. Browning in the gun. Takes the snap, he fakes the pass to the right, keeps it to his left. He has room to run. He's across the 50 and to the 40. He's got to make one man miss, and he's knocked out of bounds
Number 10, Austin Browning on the
at
carry.
the 24-yard line.
By number 13, Zach Belleville.
I woke up in beast mode with my girl that's beauty.
A 34-yard pickup by Browning on the keeper. You know, Austin giving Gallipolis the pass look on the last play helped, give him some room to run on the ensuing play there.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely get him out in space. Let him do his thing in the open field.
1st and 10 for the Panthers on their own 24. Trips right. Twin receivers to the left. Browning in the empty set. Blue Devils in a 4-man front. It's going to be a sweep to Cameron Harless around the right end. Harless cuts it back, and I believe he's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And he is, so pickup of 0 for Harless on the sweep. 8:55 to play, clock still rolling. Gallia Academy Blue Devils 48, Chesapeake Panthers 20. I'm Jacob Wells along with Austin Carpenter, bringing you tonight's action from Field Davis Field in Chesapeake, Ohio. Panthers getting the call from the sideline. Another empty set, trips left, 2 receivers right. Browning in the gun. In motion comes Will Todd. It's going to be a fake. Browning's going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to pick up 5 yards.
Number 10, Austin Browning on the carry. Tackle made by
replay.
number 12, Trenton Johnson.
Brought down by Trenton Johnson. Number 12. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers on the Blue Devil 19. Under 8 minutes to play. 7:54, and the clock still rolling here in the 4th quarter at Field Davis Field. Trips left, twin receivers right. Browning, empty set in the backfield. Takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself on the left side. And he's wrapped down. The ball comes out. I believe he was down, but it looks like he may have come back up with it. brought down hard by number 11,
Austin
Colton
Browning
Caldwell.
on the carry. 4th down, Panthers.
It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play for Browning, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Panthers back in the huddle. 7:20 left on the clock. 4th down and 7 on the Blue Devil 20. Got to get 7 to keep the drive alive. It's a low snap. Browning picks it up. He reverses field. And it's going to be an intentional grounding on Austin Browning. He was out of the pocket, but the football didn't make it past the line of scrimmage. And that'll be an intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding against the Panthers. Loss of downs.
So the Blue Devils will take over. Let's see where they'll take over. Blue Devils will take over on their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. 6:57 left here in the contest. Both teams making their way back out onto the field. New quarterback into the game for the Blue Devils, number 5, Noah Vanko, 5'11", sophomore. And now they're going to walk off. Looks like they had the penalty incorrect. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils on the 35-yard line. Vanko in the gun. Beezy's the quarterback behind him. 2 receivers to his left, a fullback in front of him. In motion comes Woodson. And they're going to give it to Beezy up the middle after faking the sweep. Beezy's going to get close to the 1st down marker, brought down by Will Todd.
Beezy on the carry. Tackle made by number 4, Will Todd.
Blue Devils now taking their time getting to the line. You know, the guy you talked about being really big, getting off the bus, is number 50. He's in the game now. Riley Starnes, 6'5", 295-pound sophomore.
Yeah, I was walking next to him. He was looking down on me.
That's a big boy, especially to be that young. Handoff is to Beezy. Makes 1 2-man miss. Going to pick up the 1st down and then some, and then run down by Dylan Lunsford after a pickup of 12.
Beezy on the carry. Tackle made by number 51, Dylan Lunsford.
5:45 left here in the contest. Again, the Blue Devils taking their time getting to the line of scrimmage. Vanko in the gun. Beezy to his right. 2 receivers left. 1 split right. Fullback behind the tackle. In motion comes Woodson on the sweep, and they're going to give it to him. He's across the 35 and almost to the 40. Brought down hard by Dylan Lunsford
24, Donovan Woodson on the carry.
Carson
Tackle
Nida.
made by number 3, Carson Nida. And number 51, Dylan Lunsford.
Second down and 3 for the Blue Devils on their own 40.
Waverly Tigers
Under 5 minutes to play now, 4:45.
Dragons 14.
pistols. Beasy in motion goes Woodson. They're going to fake it to Woodson and give it to Beasy, and he's going to have enough for what looks like another Blue Devil first down.
Number 20 on the carry, Michael Beasy, tackled by number 20, Luke Shields. Ashland Tomcats 14.
It's going to be third down and 1.
Tigers 7.
So Beasy didn't get enough for the first down. Third down and 1 for the Blue Devils on the Panther 37. 4 minutes to play. Gallia Academy 48, Panthers 20. Vanko in the pistol. Beasy behind him. Fullback in front of both of them is number 12, Trenton Johnson. Handoff is to Beasy. He's going to follow Johnson. He's going to have enough for the first down. Needed 1. Beasy's going to pick up 5. First and 10 for the Blue Devils.
Number
3 minutes and 30 seconds. Clock still ticking here in the fourth quarter. Beasy to the right of Vanko. They fake the sweep to Woodson and give it to Beasy up the middle. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Carry, tackle made by number 60, Isaiah White.
Isaiah White gets in and makes the tackle for the Panthers. Going to be second down and 10 for the Blue Devils on their own 31.
Tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. at Rock Hill High School.
Blue Devils getting the call from the sideline. Vanko in the gun. Beasy to his left. Fullback in front of them is Ben Cox. And they're going to give it to Beasy on the trap play. He makes a man miss. He's going to pick up 13 yards on the run up the middle. First and 10 for the Blue Devils. 2 minutes 17 seconds left here in the contest. And the Panthers will fall tonight as the Blue Devils are driving with 2 minutes left in the contest, on top 48-20. Vanko in the gun, Beasy to his left, 2 receivers each way. In motion comes Briar Williams, and they're going to give it to Williams on the sweep. Williams has the corner, he's across the 10 to the 5, and into the end zone for the Gallia Academy Blue Devils. And that's going to run the clock for the rest of the contest, which is only 1 minute 45 seconds. So number 1, Briar Williams, goes in from 19 yards out on the sweep. On for the extra point is the kicker, number 45, Andrew Toller, and the holder, Corey Call. Snapper will be number 69, Mason Angel. Snap, hold, kick, and is good. Extra point through the uprights. The minute 44 left in the contest. Gallia Academy 55, Chesapeake 20, and it is a drubbing here in Chesapeake, Ohio, at Field Davis Field. Toller's approach, kick up and away, and it's going to soar out of bounds about the 15-yard line. Looks like the starting offense is going to stay in the game.
Looks like Gallia's platoon swapped.
Yeah, they've got some younger guys in the game there. Browning will still be in the game along with the rest of the Panther starters. Might as well finish out the contest. Under a minute to play here. Clock running. Being down by 35, I don't know if you can take a knee. I think you got to run one more. Don't concede a defeat. Keep playing. Browning under center. Full house backfield. It's Will Todd on the sweep.
Oh, geez.
Todd has some room to run. Makes a couple men miss and steps out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
Number 4, Will Todd.
And that's going to be the contest. Gallia Academy Blue Devils come to Chesapeake, Ohio, knock off the Panthers at Field Davis Field, 55-20.
Back here next week, next Friday night against Cold Grove here at home.
I'm Jake Wells along with Austin Carpenter. You're listening to Cat Sports 93.3 and 1340.